I will. I will. I love that. What? Get on the Skype, Jack.
Go ahead and start.
Till last credit here comes to you guys in the podcast. Today we're going to be reviewing another episode of Game of Thrones, the season finale titled The Dragon and the Wolf.
I can't remember the rest of it. Shit, I know there's
I was just going to see how long that went on.
No, I know there's so much more.
Anyways, this is of course the season finale to season 7. It pays off a lot of things that have been building up for seasons.
Darren, please.
Miller, I want to know what you thought of it.
I mean, it's hard because there's a lot of great things about this episode, and it pays off. Plot lines that have been building since the beginning of the show. And it sets up the final season really nicely. But, like, this episode is so hard to get through. It feels so long.
Wow.
I was just like, I kept checking the timer or whatever you call it for the player. And it was just like, oh, great. 51 more minutes. Okay, here we go. It was just like, usually, like, with the finales, like with the last episode, it was easier to get through, but, like, usually with, like, finales where the stories really, or, like, they're really, like, wrapping stuff up, or,
did you have a hard time getting through the 6th finale?
Yeah, the season 6 finale was close to perfect. I think that's one of the best episodes of the show ever. Like, just, it's so good. And then, but this, it's just like, usually the long finales, like, they streamline the narrative, so they're a lot easier to get through. But with this, it's like, I don't know what it was about it. It was just like, it felt like I was watching it for a really long time. That's
weird, because I thought this episode felt a lot like last season's finale. I don't think it was as good, but I think it's very close to being as good. Aaron, what did you think?
I thought this episode felt a lot like the last season's finale as well. I didn't watch the last season's finale, but I really enjoyed this. I really enjoyed this episode. This is like, for the longest time, season 7 has my favorite episode has been episode 1, and this is finally has overtaken that. I really, really enjoyed this episode. I thought everything really... I do agree with Miller. It did feel really fucking long. Like, it felt really fucking long, but I mean, all the dialogue moments, when they unleashed the weird monster thing, the white, when they released the white, when they, finally we got rid of that stupid storyline, because every time it cut back to Arya and Sansa, I was just like, please cut away. This is boring, but they tied that up nicely. What else happened? The thing with Theon, just all the character interactions, the scenes between Tyrion and Cersei were beautiful. The scenes between Cersei and Jaime were great. It was so much good stuff. And then finally, the Night King. I've screamed at my phone so many fucking times where I was just like, make it fucking play, dude. You have a dragon. And he did, and the way this episode ended, it was fantastic. I really, really enjoyed this episode overall.
Yeah, I agree. This is my favorite episode of the season, I think, probably next to last week's episode. And it's probably in my top 5 favorite episodes of the series. I think this episode is fantastic. The dialogue, especially, I love the dialogue, and seeing these characters after watching this show for so long, seeing these characters finally come together was just like it is very regretting. What? Okay.
You said come together, and I said right now. I'm sorry. Go
seeing these characters come together was just incredible for me. And I legitimately almost cried during the Rhaegar and Lyanna wedding. That was beautiful. So yeah, I love this episode, and the Night King thing at the end, that was fucking amazing. I love this episode, and we'll start getting into some specifics. Miller, what did you think of the payoff to the Arya and Sansa storyline and Littlefinger's death?
That was so good because, yeah, it was like what you were saying with like it's building for all these seasons, and like I agree with Darren that I hated what they were with Arya and Sansa storyline. I'm like, this like of all the things to be focusing on, this is bullshit.
Well, I hated it because neither of them were really making sense.
Yeah, I'm like you guys are like literally getting mad at each other for things that you didn't either were forced to do or didn't really have a choice in the matter. It's like, just get on with it. You're together now.
And also, it was just weird seeing everyone else in the show come together and then them this being and it's just like, God damn it, just get over yourselves.
That scene was executed really well. I love how they just like could hear like a fucking pin drop. It was so like Littlefinger was just the look on Littlefinger's face. He's just like, I'm gonna fuck. Like he didn't want to show it, but you could tell that's what he was thinking.
I love at the beginning of that entire sequence of like Littlefinger's trial or whatever, when Arya walks in and all those guards surround her or whatever, and it's a shot of Sansa looking at her, Arya looking at Sansa, and all the guards surrounding her, and Arya just has a smirk on her face because she knows that she could take out everyone in that room, and I thought that was some...
Do you think it was because of that, or was it because she knows what's actually going on?
I think it was. I think it was because of. I don't think she knew what was going on.
Is she really that good of a fighter?
She knew what was going on.
I don't think she did.
I think she did. Yeah,
she was not.
As soon as Sansa was just like, "Hey, what are your treason or whatever?" I almost called her Mira.
Yeah, but I'm talking about before.
But, No, I think she knew. I think she knew going into, even when when Littlefinger looked over to Arya, she was just like, "My sister asked you a question." I think that was all planned from the get go.
Either way, that shot was still cool. Anyways, what did you think of the entire payoff and Littlefinger's?
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was great because, like I said, it was just so fucking annoying seeing these characters go at it while everybody else, like, especially within the Stark family. Like, I can understand Cersei, and I know we're going to talk about that later, but Cersei being on her little stupid thing. But, like, within the Stark family, within pretty much everybody else in the show, it's about coming together against the psychopath with the horns. Like, why are we doing all of this? And it was just so... It was boring, too. It was really, really boring. It just felt like so soap opera-ish. And like I said before, every single time we cut back to Sansa and Arya's story, especially seeing Sansa confide in Littlefinger, it's just, why are you talking to him? I mean, now we know, but like, it was just annoying. So, seeing all that finally come together and those two, I just lost my fucking train of thought, sorry. Yeah, but just seeing them finally team up, come together, that was nice. And Littlefinger's death was very... I don't like seeing people's throats be slit, so that was very... it was quick, too.
So...
Like, Arya had no hesitation, just being like, bye. So, but, what were you going to say?
They had been planning this the whole time.
I would assume so.
Because, like, why would they have a scene where they're threatening each other with just them in the room?
Yeah.
But maybe when she turned the knife away from... Like, when she handed Sansa the knife, maybe that was just, like, it clicked in Sansa's head where she was just like, oh, she's not trying to kill me. Like, something else is up. And that might be
I don't think they were both. I don't think they were both in on it the entire time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, that scene would have worked if you just had Littlefinger in the room, maybe, or if they weren't. So, I mean, depending on...
maybe they knew he was watching.
When they were in... maybe. When they were in on it. Oh, yeah, that's true.
Anyways, finally, after Theon has kind of just somewhat completed the arc they've been kind of setting up for 7 seasons now. I mean, the entire show, he's been a wimp and a coward, and finally he had his moment to shine this episode, and it was beautiful. Darren, what did you think of it?
I really liked it. Somehow, some way, having testicles comes into your favor sometimes. I mean, not having testicles comes into your favor sometimes, so that was, I guess, good for him. Yeah, but it was nice. I mean, it was nice to see him finally step up. It was nice seeing that conversation with him and John, especially John being like, if you care about your sister so much, why are you talking to me? And I really let, you know, and just...
talking to me?
Yeah, and then I'm just like, you know, him just seeking, really seeking, he sought redemption, and then he really went after it. And I really did enjoy that. And then, you know, for Yara, I don't know why he put salt water on his face, because that would hurt. Like,
that's what I was thinking too. I was thinking the same thing.
I kind of wish just had a little freak out moment, like, holy shit, no! But it was cool seeing him stand up to that dick, because like, even with them, with the Greyjoys, like, that was your queen. If her brother comes back and says, like, hey, like, because I thought the guy was just going to knock some shit into him, because Theon does deserve a beating because of what he did, but I didn't think they were just going to be like, you know, fuck y'all, or whatever. But, yeah, I'm glad that, you know, he beat the crap out of that guy, and that they're going, it sets up, that's a nice subplot to set up for Season 8. So, I'm happy, I want to see where that goes, and follow that through.
Miller, what do you think?
I agree with Darren. It was very satisfying to, because it's like they've done a lot of stuff with Theon, and he kind of like became like his arc kind of became like stagnant. So it was nice to see them fulfill what they've been building up to the entire time, and I'm really excited to see how it doesn't feel rushed either.
Yeah.
And I'm really excited.
They've been trying to set up. They've been trying to do this shit for since now. So.
Yeah, it would have been disappointing if they just if they'd been building it up so much, then they did it too quickly. So I'm liking them. Like, originally I thought that he was going to kill Euron by the end of the season, but I'm glad they're saving it for the final season.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did anybody else, just one more thing, did anybody else think when Euron walked away? Because when Euron walked away, I was just like, dude, aren't you going to get up and ask where your sister is? He's leaving. But, yeah, so I'm glad that's they wrapped that up.
Yeah. So at the beginning of this episode, of course, all of our heroes came to Westeros to talk to Cersei about uniting to fight the Night King. And after a while, Cersei seemed to agree to Lannister forces, send them to the wall with Jon and Daenerys and fight the Night King. And then it was revealed that she was not going to do that at all. And it also seems that she might actually be pregnant. But, Miller, I want to know your thoughts on this, since you're the one who came up with the whole theory about her not being pregnant.
I don't know. It seems like she is, now that they had the whole thing with Tyrion, unless she's just trying to perpetuate the lie. It's making it seem like more that she is pregnant, but I wouldn't be surprised either way. And do you want me to comment on the whole them meeting?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. My problem with that is that they just kind of spent too much trying to trick us, because they had the whole thing with them doing it initially. She said no, and Tyrion went to talk to her, and then she agreed, but she actually didn't agree. So I think it would have worked just as well if she agreed in the first place, and then you find out later that she didn't really agree to it.
I mean, yeah, that would have been fine, but I really like that scene between Tyrion.
It's a double-edged sword. It's a good scene, but also seems like it just slowed down the episode for me.
Yeah. Darren, what are you thinking? Do you think she's still pregnant? And what are you thinking about her kind of betrayal to Jon?
I think her betrayal's stupid. I mean, no, actually, I don't take that back, because just going off of even the pregnancy thing, I don't think she's lying anymore. I think she's completely honest, because what they did in this episode, they finally made Cersei, for me, a lot more complex than just someone who's just trying to be evil. I see exactly where she's coming from, and I liked her I don't agree with it, but I like her idea of, like, I don't care. Like, she was just like, hang the world. I do not care about what's going on. I could care fucking less. All I care about is my bloodline. And all I cared about when that thing was running toward me was my life ending and my family's life ending. That's all I care about. And I do like her view of the world in that way. And you really do understand that. And, like, because especially the pregnancy thing adds a lot of validity to that thought process of hers. So I do think she's pregnant. And her betraying John, it's just like, when she explains all this stuff, you understand it. I don't think it's the right fucking move, because Jamie's right. It doesn't matter. Especially, I like how he was just like, someone has to win up there, and whoever wins is still our enemy either way. And she still doesn't give a shit. So yeah, I definitely think she's pregnant. And I don't disagree with her leaving John, but at the same time, there has to be a Game of Thrones for this series to exist. So,
yeah, exactly.
You know, that's just how it is.
I really liked I liked the betrayal thing, because honestly, at first, when Clegane took out the white, and it scared the shit out of her, it scared the shit out of everyone, I started to think she was going to agree. And I didn't want that conflict to be immediately resolved. I wanted there to be some arguments about it and stuff like that, and them spend a good 30 minutes or so on it. And I'm glad they did, because I liked how they did it, because of that, mainly that scene between Tyrion and Cersei, because that scene is incredible.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Scene is great. And speaking of Jamie, oh yeah, and I do think she's actually pregnant, but speaking of Jamie seems to be going off to the north to fight with Jon, and they finally have given him a bit of character development now, so that's nice.
They did a while ago. It just stopped. Or not stopped, but just...
Well, they seemed like they were trying to develop him, and then they just kind of didn't, and then they did here. But Darren, what do you think of this whole scenario with Jamie?
I loved it. Yeah, I loved it, because she's thinking as a very self-centered family member, maybe not even as a queen. Well, she's not thinking as a queen, because she doesn't care about her people. Like, she even says it, I think she says it to all of them, about if they become like the army of the dead. She's just like, oh, it's not going to make any difference for what they are now. Like, she doesn't care about her people. She just cares more about herself. And just seeing that the juxtaposition and the dichotomy between those two of and Jamie's thinking purely as a soldier, purely as a man of honor, and he's just like, I gotta go up there because I told him I gotta go up there, so bye. So we're gonna see how that goes along. I did think he was going to kill her. I thought he was going to kill her, and then the mountain was going to kill him, and the mountain was just going to be like, I don't know. So,
I don't think you can, because if you don't have Cersei, you don't really have that war for the throne. So.
Right. But I just thought that was the way it was going to go down. By the way, What is the mountain? He's the one who killed. What's his name? And then he ended up dying too.
The guy that's in Kingsman.
Revived him, and he's a zombie basically.
So is he a white?
No, he's not. He's not a White Walker. He's undead.
So he's a man.
Yes,
but they
don't. He got like to the point where he had to.
But they don't believe in dead men. He's an undead man, but they don't believe in an army of the dead.
Well, to be fair, Cersei didn't say she didn't believe it.
She did not believe it. She thought it was fairy tales.
Right. Yeah. But sorry, just wanted to drive a truck through that hole. But I think Jamie's going off in a very interesting direction, because I guess he's headed to Winterfell, so I think next season is going to be very interesting.
Yeah. Did I already ask you, Miller?
Nah, you didn't, but I don't really have anything else to say about it that Darren needs to say.
I love this. I love that he's leaving Cersei to go to Winterfell. It really develops his character finally. They haven't really been doing much with his development the past 2 seasons, and I'm glad they finally have. It seemed like they were building up something like this all season. They paid that off, and he's going to fight with Jon, and that's really cool. So
I'm sure he'll be able to give Jon a hand.
Slaps knee.
Yep.
So on to what I think is the biggest part of this episode, is the entire thing with Jon. Of course, it was revealed last season that they confirmed the R plus L equals J theory that Jon Snow was the son of Rhaegar Targaryen and Lyanna Stark. And they went even further with that, explaining the entire situation with Rhaegar and Lyanna getting married, and revealing that Jon Snow's real name is Aegon Targaryen. And, of course, Jon and Daenerys finally banged. That was a little weird, considering Bran was explaining his heritage while they were banging. So that was a bit odd. But Darren, what did you think of this big reveal, I guess, about his name and just about the entire scenario with Lyanna and Rhaegar?
This is one of the most disgusting, beautiful things I've ever fucking witnessed in history of television. Look, I thought this was a very beautiful scene. The music was swelling. Something else was swelling as well. But, like, it was very, like, it was just great. You know, it was just, like, wow. It was just, you know, it was great. You know, it was beautiful and all. And then when you finally saw them, I didn't think they were going to show it. I thought they were just going to close the door, and then Tyrion was just going to be watching, and they'll be like, it's fine. They actually showed it. That's disgusting. It's fucking nasty. I mean, it is just the grossest thing. And I like how they actually did do it, Dylan, where they're having Bran explain it, because that's just holding the mirror up to America, saying this is what you're rooting for, you bastards. So, like, it was
that's
nice.
That's not the worst thing they've done in terms of incest.
I don't care. It's just like, I mean, I don't know, dude. I mean, the whole entire brother-sister thing, that's gross, too. That's an aunt and a nephew. That is, ew. That is just so gross.
Come on. Okay, Cersei and Jaime banged right in front of their dead child.
Okay.
In a church.
I'm not talking about in front of anybody. Fucking a omnipotent fucking dude was watching them bang with crows. That's even weirder. So it's just I don't care about who they were doing in front of. I'm caring about who the two people were. I
wonder if Bran was watching while they were. That's weird.
Hey Sam, you want to see something weird? But yeah. Yeah, but it was just like it was a nice, beautiful moment. It's just, damn it, I just wish they didn't show it because that is just so gross. It is so nasty.
Miller, what did you think?
I think it's kind of weird that Bran told Sam before anyone else.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah.
I don't know if it just seems like he would have told, like, Arya or Sansa.
I mean, Bran was in the room. I mean, I guess he was in the room.
Yeah, but,
I guess no one really asked him about Jon, and somebody did, and he was just like, let me tell you about this.
Exactly,
yeah. But the scene in itself was, well done. I kind of like that they're just driving home, like what Darren said, where they're just going for it. Just like, this is what you want in America, right? Or not just America. But yeah, I'm really interested to see how that plays off if they find out.
Yeah, when they find out, holy shit.
Yeah, I just want to know, because I mean, it's going to be fun for Daenerys to find out, oh, hey, I'm the true king of the throne or whatever. I'm the true heir apparent, and also for John to find out that's your aunt. The person you've been looking at your heart, like you've been looking at her heart so hard. That's your auntie Daenerys. And especially fucking
that chemistry is good.
I mean, if anybody, you're gonna have Bran's not even gonna be like, I gotta talk to you for a second. Bran is the type of guy who tells it in front of the entire crowd. Like, guess what the fuck you just did?
He would project it on a projector if he could.
It's just gross. And then, but anybody else think that Tyrion was the dude that is in love with Daenerys? I don't know what his name is. Sir Mormont? Yeah, I thought that was Sir Mormont looking at the door.
Holy shit, that would have been weird. I find it hilarious that if Rhaegar and Lyanna would have just came out and be like, yeah, we love each other, we're cool now, none of this would have ever happened. The entire world would live in peace forever.
Yeah, I like how they were just like, the war or whatever was built on lie.
Yeah, fucking Rhaegar and Lyanna would have just been like, yeah, we love each other, it's all good, man. You know, you don't gotta pull no rebellion. Everything would have been fine.
Yeah, but, like, was it a social class thing?
Huh?
Was it like a class thing? Or it's like, was it like a Romeo and Juliet situation?
What do you mean?
Like, their families hated each other or something?
No. Well, Robert's Rebellion started because Rhaegar kidnapped, and they all thought that he raped Lyanna. And then he did kidnap her, but they fell in love. And then, if they would have just been like, yeah, we're all good, nothing would ever happen.
Oh, so it's like they run with Charlie Sheen.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, no, I bet no one expected that reference on a Game of Thrones podcast. But yeah, that's weird.
But yeah, so it kind of sucks that all of this shit has happened now,
I mean,
like just because of a lie. Yeah. But I think I loved the wedding. That was amazing. I almost cried. I mean, John and Daenerys getting together. I feel so weird saying that was great. That entire sequence was great. It wasn't as good as the Tower of Joy scene from the season 6 finale, which I think is possibly the greatest scene of any television show ever. But it was incredible. The only problem I have with this is that his name is Aegon. I like the name Aegon, but Rhaegar already had another son named Aegon, and Jaehaerys was just way cooler because Jaehaerys was the name that was rumored to be Jon Snow's real name or whatever, and then it was Aegon. But I don't know. I just find it a little weird that Rhaegar has two sons named.
I'm just glad his name's not fucking Sand. Like, as soon as Bran said Sand, I was just like, that is so disappointing. Like, from Snow, I am Jon Sand. Like, good God, that is awful.
I am Aegon Sand.
Like the final showdown between him and the Ice King, and it's just like, I am Jon Sand, and the Ice King actually starts laughing, maybe? Or whatever. It's the same thing. But the Night King starts.
The Night King and the Ice King. We're talking Adventure Time versus Game of Thrones, Darren.
How do you know the Night King isn't really the Ice really isn't the Night King, but he let himself go?
Shut up.
Okay.
Shut up. Anyways, yeah, the only problem I really have is that his name's Aegon, even though I like the name Aegon. I like Jaehaerys more, but anyways, moving on to our final topic. The Night King. Ending of the episode. The Night King burning down the wall with blue fire, and all the whites and the White Walkers and the Night King marching and flying over the wall. Darren, you said that this made the episode for you. So, on a scale of 1 to 10, how fucking awesome was this shit?
Just fucking, like, This was a 12, man. This was like the line for me, because the reason I said this would make or break the episode, because I felt like everything we've seen from the marketing, from everything about season 7, winter is coming.
Winter's here.
Winter's here. Not even winter is coming. You're right, and it's just like I never felt like it had actually arrived in any of this season, and so that's the thing I was kind of disappointing in. And also, I just really needed the Night King to make a play, to actually really make a move. To, like, with Thanos, he always sits in that fucking chair. Get the fuck out of the
Night
chair.
King always just stands there.
Exactly. He always sits on his horse. So I was just like, you have to do something. We've been building up to this. It says winter is coming, winter, whatever. Like, where is your play? How are you still a threat? And they finally did it in such a spectacular way. This scene was incredible. I mean, and just watching this, I mean, I watched this on my phone, and just seeing all of this, the scale and the magnitude of what they can do with this show. The dragon looked awesome. It was like, as soon as he cut through the clouds, it was scary. Like, I jumped back a little bit. I was just like, whoa, holy shit. And, he's knocking on the wall. The long shots, everything about it was so amazing, and it very well sets up Season 8 about where this guy is and what this guy can do and how much of a threat he really is. So I really, really enjoyed that. We finally cemented that that winter is coming, winter is here tagline that they've been saying. I kind of wish he could maybe interacted with the cast a little bit more. Well, I guess that was the last episode, right? So yeah, it's here. They're beyond the wall, and shit's going down. I really did enjoy that scene.
Miller, what do you think?
It was pretty cool. I think it would have been cool if.
Oh my god!
Hear me out on this. I think this is a good idea. If they hadn't shown the ice dragon at the end of the last episode, and this was the first time seeing it.
Oh. Yeah.
Oh.
That would have been cool.
That would have been cool. It was still fucking awesome, though.
Yeah, it was.
Oh yeah. So what do you guys, Darren, what are your overall thoughts on season 7?
I don't think it's everything that I wanted a Game of Thrones season to be.
What?
I don't think it is. I don't know. It's just like I think it's a little too conventional for what I thought I was getting into. I thought it was going to be a little bit more. I mean, look, I'm coming in at the end of this where it's season 7. You're going to have more fan moments. You're going to have more, of those fan servicey moments. I mean, they still story. Don't get me wrong, but this series was more about everybody coming together against a common threat than being torn apart, which I guess the last 6 seasons were. So I was just expecting more, unexpected deaths and this and that and this and that, and I didn't really get that in this season like I kind of wanted it. And I still think, even with this episode, I still think that last season, episode 6 was a bit of a letdown, because I feel like they could have done a little bit more with the intention of having all these 12 characters go into hell. And all the characters that came back were the main characters, and everybody who died was just the side characters. So they're not even side characters; they're just expendable. They're just expendable. Cannon fodder. Yeah, they're just cannon fodder for the whites. So that's that. And then some of the episodes kind of dragged a little bit, but I really did like the first episode of this season, and I really did like the 7th episode of this season. So the season finale and the season premiere were my favorites, but overall it was good. I'm definitely coming back for season 8. Am I going back to watch any of the older episodes? Probably not, but
go watch it.
I'm down.
Go watch it, Darren. Come on. Go watch it. Jesus.
I'm not.
Go watch it.
I think
go watch it, or I won't end cast.
I've still only seen the pilot of The Defenders.
Okay.
I just thought I should throw that out there to make Darren feel better.
Miller, what were your overall thoughts?
How did that make me feel better?
Just that I've only seen the first episode of that, and you're only going to watch hold on, Dylan, and you're only going to watch season 7 and 8 of Game of Thrones.
Miller, you got 8 hours. They got 60.
Okay. I mean, you can still do it.
Explain.
I did that shit. I did that shit, you bitch.
I'm just saying, you could do it. Like, it won't... You'll be able to do it.
I'm thinking about it, guys. I'm contemplating. Maybe I want to go back. Maybe I don't. Maybe there's a lot of TV to watch right now, and I just don't feel like being depressed.
Game of Thrones is more important.
I'm just saying, if you can watch season 8 without seeing the rest of it, then you can just, after that, you can just watch it on your own time.
Exactly, Miller. Or not at all. I can do either or.
Not. I'm just saying, if you...
Watch it, or I will never watch Iron Fist or the rest of Luke Cage, and I will never watch another episode of Marvel Netflix.
Oh, you really got him now.
Oh, God, you're not going to watch Iron Fist. Oh, no.
Darren, I know... No, I mean, it's obviously your choice. I'm just saying, you can just watch it if you don't have to watch... You can just watch it on your own time. Like, I know there's other stuff you want to watch. That's what I'm saying.
Watch an episode a day.
I'll try that.
Season was alright. A lot of good moments, but it dragged in a lot of places. I probably like season 6 better, and I'm really not looking forward to all the episodes in season 8 being an hour and a half long.
Are they really all of them an hour and a half long?
They said they are thinking about making all the episodes feature length.
Then why the fuck why not just extend it to have more episodes?
Because they don't believe in 45-minute episodes, I guess.
I think making it just depends on how it's written, but I think making them separate episodes could mess up the flow of, just depending on how it's written, it could the flow of the season, but I don't know what they're doing, so it just all depends on what they do, because like if there's just a lot that they want to do, and like if you're trying to tell a story in one episode that will take an hour and a half, and you're trying to tell another story next episode that will take an hour and a half, obviously you need to have those be an hour and a half. So instead of splitting them up and making one 45 minutes and the other 45 minutes.
Right.
I prefer the 40 minutes.
Oh my god.
Hey, if they can pace these things right, I'm down, but we'll see.
I'm excited. Give me my feature-length Game of Thrones, and I want them to do that IMAX thing again.
They should. They should do that for every single episode. They should do it.
Are you being serious?
Yeah, why not? I mean, it's Game of Thrones. No, seriously. Like, seriously, do it at select IMAX theaters around the country. If people can, like, you just rent it out for an hour.
All of it.
But they're not going to do all of them. Like, just do it in like 50 theaters in the country. Just do 50 different IMAX theaters in the country. Every Sunday.
Pretty cool when I saw it.
You said what?
It was pretty cool when I saw it.
Exactly. Like, just do it every single Sunday.
What episode did they do?
The last 2 episodes of season
5?
4. Wait, that was the wall and the...
Oh, Jesus Christ, amazing.
Yeah, but like, just imagine that, like, renting out a theater for an hour every Sunday, live streaming it to IMAX. I think that's a good idea. It's the final season of Game of Thrones. Just do it.
It's 6 episodes.
Yeah, exactly. It's feature fucking length, man. Like, just make some money. Come on, HBO.
Yeah, they really need to do that again. I would totally go see that shit.
I would go see it. I mean, that'd be fun. Like, imagine watching a Game of Thrones in the audience. That's kind of cool. And
but
then,
it's
like,
also
maybe,
kind of like if they only do 50 theaters, then I'm kind of fucked because there's just no way they're coming to mine.
I mean, I just don't see HBO doing all of them. I think that would be more of a selection. I mean, or God forbid, New York, LA. But I think that's kind of cool. And also, like, what if you can get like because it's 8 episodes, it's 7 or 8.
It's 6.
Okay, so it's 6. Wow. But it's 6 episodes. So it's 6 episodes. Imagine like getting a season pass. Like, you just pass for the next 6 weeks. You go to that IMAX theater for the next 6 weeks. I think that's a good idea.
We need to add HBO on Twitter when we post this shit,
Yeah.
so we'll see it.
Yeah, I think that's
I
pretty
really hope
profitable.
HBO does that, because that would be incredible. Seeing the war between the Night King and Westeros, oh my god.
Yeah, in a crowd on a big screen. Imagine like if Tormund gets his fucking face ripped apart, like everybody's just like, "Oh no!" Like it's just that'd be great.
Pretty awesome.
Not for Tormund,
Anyways,
but, you know,
what?
I said not for Tormund, but you know,
Oh,
it'll be fun.
yeah. I wonder if Tormund's. I don't think he's dead,
He's
but
not dead.
we'll see.
No one died in this season.
I mean, Littlefinger did.
Right.
Thoros did.
Well, none of the good people.
Olenna did.
I don't know who the fuck Alena is.
That's
I'm
not
just telling
that's
you
not the
about
show's fault.
Who? Who's Alena? Oh, the badass chick. Okay, never mind.
Yeah. Anyways, guys, what did you think of season 7 of Game of Thrones? What did you think of the finale? Let us know in the comments below. If you like this video, make sure you leave a like and subscribe. If you want to check out our thoughts on the rest of season 7, you can go check out all of our other reviews, and you can check out all of our other videos too if you want. Make sure you follow us on Twitter at TillTheLastCred and check out our website TillTheLastCred.com. And until probably
2018? Fall of 2018?
probably winter of 2018, late 2018. This is Review of Thrones, Till Last Credit signing off.
Still.
Davos for the win!